A very good afternoon, Dutch bike blogger here. Currently starting my bike ride in the Surinamestraat in the West-Indische buurt in Groningen, also known to many of you as Korrewegwijk. It's Tuesday, the 30th of August 2022. It's 20 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. We have a bit of wind, but also a nice temperature and sunlight. Partly clouded. I think it's 20 plus degrees. Not sure. Didn't look at the weather forecast what temperature it actually was. It's warm enough to get outside in a pair of shorts, a sleeveless shirt, and some sporty shoes. So that's okay. If I have to take a guess, it will be 22 or so, 22 degrees. Due to the wind, it feels a little colder, but that's all nice for the bike ride. Especially when you have wind in your back. I don't know, I think I have wind in the face now, but I thought to myself, let's go out for a bike ride. Not been for a bike ride outside since last Thursday. Yes, correct, at least not filming. I went out on a bike ride Sunday evening, but that's a whole different, a kind of stupid or maybe funny story, maybe embarrassing, depends on how you look at it. The story goes as follows. The weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we had Liberation Day at Groningen, but not the normal World War II one, but the one from 1672, where the Bishop of Münster, based in Germany, was attacking the city of Groningen back then. He was called Bommenberend because he was throwing with his cannonballs or shooting cannonballs at Groningen city. Transport things. Nice ship, by the way. Hans Nico. Hans en Nicootje. Well, back to the story. Liberation from 350 years ago. We still celebrate it on August, officially the 28th. But somehow liberation was celebrated on the Saturday, especially what we wanted to do. We thought to ourselves, let's go to the ending fireworks, which took place when the 3 days of celebrating would end. So on a Sunday evening I went there with a friend of mine, an old colleague from years ago, to have a look at the fireworks. So we had an appointment. I drove to his home to get to him, and then we would both cycle to the event aan de Zuiderhaven in Groningen. Je ziet het verbindingskanaal. Closely to the Emma-Singel. So we went there, we were there, well, what was it? Short bike ride through the city. Did not film that, by the way, I told you. And we were there, well, at 5 minutes past 10 or 10 minutes past 10 or so. And we already said to ourselves, well, it's not busy yet. We parked our bike somewhere, went for a look where the fireworks should have been, traveled the Emma-Singel a bit, and then the Stationsweg. Nothing to see, was no public. Let's go a bit wider here. Truck driver did not take any people in account. I had to move over, otherwise I would have been hit by the truck. Well, back to the story. We went there, nobody there, nothing to see. Then we thought to ourselves, well, what did we do wrong? And my colleague went on the internet on his mobile phone and had a good look. Turns out the fireworks have been there, but exactly 24 hours earlier on a Saturday evening. It was not clear to us. We checked the website multiple times. I checked it Sunday afternoon, We checked it on Thursday when we make the appointment to go there. It has all to do with the fact that when the liberation, the Bommenberend, is on a Sunday, it will be celebrated on a Saturday. So that's what we actually did wrong. But it was quite a funny story. There was nobody there, only us two and some people getting to some other destination, mainly the railway station. We had a good laugh about it, at least I did. But in hindsight, it's a funny story that you go somewhere and you turn out to be a day late. That also happens in the month of April. We used to have a queen, and then the Queen's Day was on the 30th of April. And then when her son became king, they moved it to his birthday on the 27th. So King's Day is now celebrated on the 27th of April. This, well, since a few years, I think a year, 10 years or so. But we still have people traveling in from other countries, Germany and so on, dressed in orange on the 30th of April when the festivities were 3 days ago. I always thought, well, we had a good laugh about it, but it also can happen to me and my friends. Both were wrong. But like I said, it's a funny story. That shit happens. Would have been a disaster if he traveled like for the half of the Netherlands, like for Amsterdam, where we thought, well, maybe go to Amsterdam and think that's one day some festivities, and then it turns out that you are a day late. We only had to get on our bikes, and within 15 minutes we were back home. We did go to the fish market. It was a Christmas fair, some nice rides there, roller coasters, some sort of swingy thing that you go over the swing like just a normal swing, and then you go around on top 360. But that was a bit of a, well, a laugh. In hindsight, I watched on YouTube a few videos of the fireworks, and I do have to say I expected more of it. It was quite, well, low. Normally when you have fireworks, you burst into the sky to 300 meters, but this was low level, 50-60 meters. So it's kind of, well, small. Nonetheless, I would have gladly have watched it on the Saturday if I knew. I didn't tell anyone yet. You're the first to know, actually. At least I'm telling it to the camera. Possibly when it comes online, I have told my parents and some other people, but don't think it's embarrassing. It's just a good story. To my right, Selverderhof Cemetery. I've been there with my bike. I will put up a playlist on the cemetery of Selverderhof in the top right corner, about there. Well, back to this bike ride. I did bring lunch with me. No, let's go straight. I want to take a turn, but let's go straight. Let's do something different. I brought lunch with me. I did not eat anything this day. Well, this morning, some piece of bread, but that's what it. Let's look what this driver is going to do. He's going to back up. Or park. He waited until opening the door when I was past, so I looked in his mirror, thank God. I did take some space out of the door zone. You don't get hit by a door when it opens suddenly. So that's why you always, or most of the time, find me in the middle of the road, away from car doors. Don't want to get hit by cars, do I? No, I don't. Can end terribly, because when you hit a car door, hit by a car door, you will fall down. But in some cases there is traffic on the left side of you, and you will go in their path and be run over. Ruins your day. Groenenstraat. Left turn here, and then to the right. Olsenlaan onto the Riebestraat, whatever it is. Car. Let's move over to give the car a little bit of room. Did not went as planned. The car did slow down a bit. Let's go into here. Let's have a look at the clock, what time it is, because I do feel I don't want to make a very long part. Laten we even de kant duiven, dank u. Pigeons always stay in the same spot, and crows tend to move over. When you see a dead bird, it's always a pigeon, not a crow. Let's go this way. Let's go here. A bit of a jump into the Morgensterlaan. Let's end this part here and continue the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next part called part 2.